like when everyone is buying, that's when you shouldn't buy. Majority of people, when their portfolio goes down from 40K to like 5 grand, they're gonna sell.
People panic when stuff crashes. I remember the last bull run, everybody was panicking, everybody was selling, etc. But those are god tier entries. I haven't made any money yet, you know? Like, so I lost all my money in the last bull run. Like, I've got the money on paper, $1.1 million in crypto, but I haven't sold it. So just remember, it could crash tomorrow and I still lose money. So I've not made any real money. Lyndon, good to meet you.
Pleasure.
Good to have you back. Nice.
Good to meet you.
Lyndon.
Let's get into it.
So you are sort of against crypto. What's the story with you with cryptocurrency? Because I got to ask you, I didn't really want to like make this controversial, but my initial point in this video, and this is for maybe people at home watching, that cryptocurrency is hot right now. Bitcoin's touching 100K. Ethereum's getting hot. You hold 5K worth of Bitcoin, which is what you told me before, right?
Yeah.
My question is, you make a lot of money per month in your business, super well. And my initial point when I was kind of scripting this to give you some hard lessons is, do you like losing money? Because if I give you some examples, since the lows, Bitcoin's up 465%, Ethereum's up 200%, Solana's up 3,000%, Sui's up 1,500%.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how do you feel about that?
I hate losing money. That's why I don't own crypto.
But you do own crypto. You own 5K worth.
Well, I own 5K. But I think that crypto, what most people get wrong about crypto is I think that crypto is still an extremely risky investment.
Okay.
Like, I think there's no denying that.
I agree.
Correct?
100%.
Like a lot of crypto, especially, so let's ignore Bitcoin for a second. Like even Ethereum, even Solana, like all of these coins fluctuate so much. And so does Bitcoin as well. But and of course, all these meme coins do. That's just like
that's a different game. I don't even want to talk about that.
Don't even talk about that. So, yeah, but I think that like the entire crypto market is one of the most volatile markets in the world. And when I think about growing my wealth, I would rather have slow and steady growth and become a millionaire for sure than try to fast track it and lose my entire portfolio or lose a large percentage of my portfolio. Because I think right now in crypto, everyone is so used to seeing 30% drops, 20% drops. That like doesn't even phase you, right? You're like, okay, fuck, I just
another
lost,
Tuesday,
like,
another
I lost
Wednesday,
100 grand.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Yeah.
Literally.
But that's not normal. Like in investing, when I learned about investing, I learned a very conservative approach, and I learned basically how to guarantee my success. And for me, I would much rather have a guaranteed outcome where, you know, maybe, okay, my portfolio might drop 2%, 5% on like the worst day if there's a market crash, instead of like 50%. Like I think crypto, even people think of Bitcoin right now, people have this false misconception where it's basically, they think that Bitcoin is a safe investment. And it is one of the most risky investments to make right now.
Sure.
Obviously with risk, there is reward. And I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are on that. But for me personally, I just think that I would rather take a slow but sure approach.
And I agree with you, man, because a lot of people, you make 70, 100K per month, a little bit too personal. You make a lot of money, right, in your business, right? Which is good. And the number one investment is probably invest in your business, right? You should always invest back in your business, right? But the problem people have, and I like what you said there, you probably speak to a lot of these guys, is they work a 9 to 5 and they have maybe $500 of income, and then they have to take the risk/reward, because if you talk about 2%, they're not interested in 2%, right? Because they have to get rich or it's fucking game over. But you're doing a very smart thing there. But I want to talk about, you talked about risk. You know who BlackRock are? Like BlackRock?
I do, yes.
Okay, the biggest asset managers in the fucking world, right? So my opinion, and how I would disagree with you a little bit, they're buying a lot of Bitcoin. They're buying a lot of Ethereum. You can't see my notes. Don't cheat me, bro. They have, do you know how much Ethereum they have? 350,000 Ethereum. Okay. Almost $1 billion. They have 403,000 BTC worth about 26 billion, right?
26 billion.
And you would probably agree with me that they're not here to lose money. They're smarter than all of us put together. They're the smartest people in the world, right? So if they're investing in Bitcoin, Ethereum heavily, and they've actually got some altcoins as well, I believe they have some Solanas. You've got the ETF, which I'm sure you've heard of, right? A lot of new money is going to come in. So I'm not discounting with you only putting 5K of your portfolio or whatever, right? I'm just thinking you're going to sleep on a lot of money, okay? And there's so much, I don't want to say safety in Bitcoin, Ethereum, but you know about the 4-year cycle, like every 4 years, etc.
I've heard of it, yeah.
I just think it's such a waste of an opportunity, Lyndon, for you to sleep on exponentially growing your money.
Can I jump in really quick?
Go on.
Do you know how much BlackRock has invested in the normal markets?
Way more than that.
Way more than that. What do you have a rough idea of what percentage of their portfolio do you think is in Bitcoin?
Probably less than 5.
which is the same as me,
Yes.
right?
But you don't have $26 billion.
I don't have $26 billion, but I have the exact same structure of my portfolio as BlackRock, because BlackRock is conservative and they know that Bitcoin is an extremely risky asset, where they know that Bitcoin it has the chance to drop heavily, right? There is 100% that chance, and I think no one can deny that. So they have the majority of their portfolio invested in that. And right, I think the one misconception that people have is when they're small, that they have to invest in crypto because it's a much faster moving asset. So they have to do that in order to get rich, because they're making like 10, 20K a month, right? And they're not making billions and billions of dollars like BlackRock is.
I got you.
So
But
you think like crypto is like kind of a get rich quick kind of thing for people who don't have that much money, kind of invested in like their like more safer portfolios. They just want to like risk it all to get to the top as quick as possible.
I think so, yeah. I think that holds a lot of people back. They spend years going up and down.
yeah, most people lose money in the first bull run. Like let's be honest. They
100%,
fucking lose. They make money on paper, but they never sell. I lost money in my first bull run. But my question is for you, the average person, does he make 100 grand to invest per year? What's the average person got? $500 a month, maybe, if he's lucky.
That's true, but that's also an excuse, right? Like I would rather the regular person invest the 500 in a safe asset that's long term and focus on increasing their income than trying to just invest in crypto and get rich quick.
Sure. Just maths, so right? Initial investment $5K, $500 contribution every single month, which is still fucking hard for most people, right? And again, I agree with you. We always talk about getting income. You got to cut expenses, sell the shit, don't take the wife on holiday, cut that shit away. If we did that for 5 years and we compounded, etc., for 7%, which is what you said, in 5 years' time, do you know how much that would be?
How much?
41K. We're a lot off the $1 million.
Wait, for investing how much?
$5 grand initial, $500 monthly contribution, 5 years, 7%.
Right, but that's assuming that their income doesn't grow over 5 years.
Sure.
Which it would.
Sure.
Yeah. And I think that's the bigger problem is because even in crypto, it's like what let's say you average 20% per year. What is that on crypto? It's probably like 100, 200 grand.
Sure. What's the real inflation rate? Do you know? The real inflation rate?
Probably 4%. 3%.
You believe that?
I think so.
You think? What's a real asset?
What?
Bitcoin? Would you think Bitcoin's like a real asset? Like my argument.
I do think Bitcoin is a real asset.
Okay.
100%.
So the real inflation rate of Bitcoin is 400% in the last year.
400%. Oh, well, yeah, but that's because like it's been the bull run year.
Yes.
To be fair.
Okay.
Yeah. But you're right. It has been 400% in the last year, which is crazy.
Yeah. The real inflation rate of Solana is 3,000%.
3,000%. Right. But that's also assuming that you could project that.
Sure.
What was the year before? Do you know?
It was a bear market, so it went down 90%.
It went down 90%.
But that's why I'm saying, if you know the 4-year cycle, 2017, 2021, 2024, or 2025, we can't predict it, but every 4 years, it has played out perfectly. That's my argument against you.
But last year, let's say that you invested everything as you were some person working like a 9 to 5. Let's say you make like 50K a year. You're investing $500 a month.
Yep.
You invest, what's your initial investment? Let's say like 10K, 20K. You would have gone back to almost zero in the bear market.
Yeah.
Right? Now, granted, if you had held, you would be in you would probably have like 100K, 200K, because you would have 4x your portfolio, right? 400%. Yeah. So that's assuming that you didn't sell, right? Majority of people, when their portfolio goes down from 40K to like $5 grand,
they sell.
They're going to sell.
Bills are coming up, payments are coming up, life's nagging them. It's game over.
And also that 4-year cycle, that's a projection, right? That's not guaranteed.
Not guaranteed.
100%. It's not guaranteed. So I just think it's risky compared to a more conservative approach that focuses on increasing your income, focusing on getting that closer to the million, than trying to become a millionaire on a low salary in like 2 years with crypto. I think it's luck.
Say it's dumb. We want to hear it.
It is dumb.
It's dumb. Okay, cool. And I like how we're going back and forward, because I agree with you. You should make more income. That's what you're doing. That's what I'm doing. Like it's a lot easier when you're making 50K, 100K, 150K profit a month. You can just put it anywhere, right? So the normal person has to save themselves. But my argument is always the normal person can't save themselves if they're getting 5% per year. But they should increase income, cut expenses, then it makes it more manageable. What's your opinion about Donald Trump? When the election, the 20th, he becomes in office, how do you think crypto will react to that?
Oh, I think crypto's going to pop. I think crypto's going to pop with Donald Trump. Like that's what, dude, but I think the entire market, I think crypto's not an inverse of the market. I don't think it's from what I know, it's pretty correlated to the S&P 500. Whereas, yeah, so I think the entire market's going to go up, which is why I'm investing heavily in the S&P 500 right now.
But how much gains are you going to get in the S&P 500 compared to cryptocurrency,
Maybe
especially altcoins?
10-15% this year, baby.
Wow.
Let's go.
That's guaranteed, right? That's compared to crypto.
Well, that's not guaranteed.
That's one thing. It is not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed.
It's absolutely not guaranteed.
But it's correlated. So if that were to happen, crypto would probably shoot up even more.
100%. There's only two guarantees in life: taxes and death. Right?
That's true, bro. I paid taxes yesterday. That shit was brutal.
Damn, bro.
What are taxes?
Yeah, what are taxes, bro? I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I lost it on a boat in accident. Go on.
I was gonna say, would there be any situation, maybe news or something comes out where you would put more than 5 to 10% of like your portfolio into crypto? Like, would any situation arise where you'd be like, oh, I'm putting more in?
I think no, not at all. Because again, like I'm very confident in I'd rather get rich for sure. I think there's no world in which there maybe is in like 50 years, but right now there's not the world is not currently telling us that crypto is safe. Is risky.
Yeah. And
I'm against risk.
So
I'm in for risk in business.
Yeah.
But because I can control that, but I can not control Bitcoin. Way too small.
So what would you say is like more valuable, like the US dollar or Bitcoin?
US dollar is going to zero purchasing power.
It's true, but Bitcoin could also go to zero.
Fair enough. And I could die tomorrow and I grab it.
I know it could. Yeah. So it could not matter at all. But I think I don't trust the US dollar either. But I trust the US dollar more than I trust Bitcoin.
So if I had like $1 million in Bitcoin, US dollars, and I was going to give you $1 million, like would you rather take the dollar or Bitcoin?
I would take the dollar and I would buy assets with it. I would buy stocks and shares, and I would buy a percentage of gold as well.
Fair enough. Yeah.
By the way, Ryan, I would take the dollars as well, and I would buy altcoins because I know I can make more money with altcoins, but I'm a risky guy.
Yeah. Because that is also like a game. I think it's not pure luck.
No.
I think it is a skill. And so if you have someone like yourself who's very knowledgeable about the crypto market and knows all of these altcoins, I think 1% of people would make a ton of money in altcoins. And I think you're educated to the point enough where you have the ability to make a lot of money with altcoins. But I'm not willing to invest that I'd rather invest that in my business.
I agree.
Whereas then I think that's like why what you do gets results is because like you are that 1%. So having that level of dedication to it, I think makes it a lot safer.
But I'll say something, and because I'm super transparent on this channel, I haven't made any money yet. So I lost all my money in the last bull run. Like I've got the money on paper, $1.1 million in crypto, but I haven't sold it. So just remember, it could crash tomorrow and I still lose money. So I've not made any real money. Just for clarification, a lot of people buying now and expecting to make a lot of money in this bull run. A lot of those people are going to wake up and it's crashed and they're not going to make any money either.
No vacation with the wife.
No vacation with the wife, bro. Absolute game over.
If people went into Bitcoin with the mindset of, I'm going to hold this thing for 50 to 100 years, that's a much smarter approach to look at it from. However, like I do think when people see Bitcoin like dip to like 20K, they're going to be like, holy fuck. Like I'm stressed. And I think a good majority of people on that down drop will probably sell. They're going to be like, I'm going to buy lower. I'm going to buy lower. And then, fuck, it goes back up. Now I've lost half my portfolio, but the price is double. So I think for people who hold and who know proper risk management and they understand the concept of holding, then that it can work. I think that's fine. Because I do think Bitcoin, there's a chance it doesn't, but I think most likely it will. Yeah. It'll be fine.
Because I like the argument of Bitcoin being digital gold, right? I can go on a plane tomorrow. I can take $1 billion worth of my ledger and have no issues. I can't take $1 billion worth of gold anywhere. Yeah. How much it's going to cost me to put it on a fucking plane?
It's true.
It's true. It's slow. It's still mineable, right? So it's not really scarce. Bitcoin's more scarce, right? There's only 21 million. I think loads of people lost it, so it's even down.
Yeah.
So my argument is just like, you agree, right? Bitcoin digital gold, but I don't know, man. I just think you're going to sleep, bro. You're going to sleep in a lot of gains, man.
Let me ask you one question. Because I think this is an interesting one. I don't think I've heard people say this argument. This could be like retarded, but I think it could also be smart. So one of the big reasons why I was skeptical about crypto at first and why I think it could not be a standard for like the future is because of the fact that it's decentralized. right? So when you were talking about decentralized currencies, that means that anyone can transact without rules, right? That's the whole point. It's removed from governments. It's removed from borders. The problem with that is now American citizens, now Russian citizens, now Ukrainian citizens, they all have access to this digital money that is hard to track. It's very difficult to track. It's very difficult to control, which for us is great, but for governments is a huge problem. Now we look at things like USDC that are popping up, right? Stuff like that. That is a centralized currency. The US government can control USDC, at least, or I don't know if it's USDC, whatever the one the government is making. They were making one at some point. And they were trying to make that be the digital dollar. The problem with that is that that's not decentralized, but the problem with decentralized currencies is there's no control. So I don't see a world where a government would be okay with a billionaire having an American billionaire having $1 billion in a crypto in like Bitcoin, being able to move that anywhere in the world without talking to America. Where if the majority of the world's wealth goes into a decentralized currencies, dude, what the fuck are countries gonna do? There's like, I don't see a world, like I think there is a real world where that is heavily regulated. And I think there is a world where it could potentially be illegal to own cryptocurrency in the future. Do you think that countries would regulate, would make Bitcoin illegal, would make cryptocurrency illegal?
Wait, bro, it might be like a universal, like kind of standard of currency, like just cryptocurrency. So I'm kind of bullish on that.
I mean, it could, but do you think that there's ever a world where countries would ban it because they can't control it?
I feel like they would find a way to control it somehow. I mean, I'm not sure how, but like they always find a way.
That would defeat the purpose though, right? Of
exactly.
decentralized
Yeah, all
currency.
these coins are going to zero if that happens.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
But do you think that would happen?
No.
Why not?
I mean, it's already too big. There's too many companies in. Trump's in office. He's not going to let it happen. He plans to, like, you know, they've got a bunch of Bitcoin as well. I can't remember how much he said in Nashville. He plans to keep that and, you know, hire a lot of smart people. Gary Gensler was an absolute idiot. Like, he was just wrecking the coins, etc. So he's got a new guy in office there. And it could obviously happen. There's a 1% black swan event, you know, or it could be just a big dip like COVID, and it's a buying opportunity of a life. What you said there was very interesting about Bitcoin dipping, right? And it's very true. People panic when stuff crashes. I remember the last bull run, everybody was panicking, everybody was selling, etc. But those are God tier entries, right?
It's true.
If you believe in cryptocurrency and you understand the bear market and bull cycles, those are God tier entries because you make money on, you buy red and you sell green.
Yeah.
You don't, what you're going to do is put another 5K in, but you're buying green.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's true. But I also think that applies to the stock market as well.
Yeah.
Like it applies, like when stocks go down, like we looked at the crypto or like the COVID crash, right? Stocks went down by like 20, 30, even 40%.
Yep.
And at that point, that was when
Did you buy?
I bought a ton.
Good man.
Because that was when I was first starting investing. That was when I grew my portfolio from like 1 to like 10. Right. Which is when I was in college. So, or I was in high school. So 1 to 10. And then we saw like, I mean, that's like the classic thing that people say. It's like, you know, buy when it's low, sell when it's high, but it's
easier
like,
said than done.
It's easier said than done. It's a difficult skill to have. And I think when most people have fear, if everyone is telling you, oh my God, crypto is going to zero, right? It takes a certain type of man and a certain type of investor to invest during that time, which maybe you are, but I would imagine that the majority of people are not.
100%. That's why most people lose money in crypto in their first bull run, right?
Exactly.
They just can't handle it.
That's why I think crypto's not that good, because most people are going to lose money.
Because it's like emotion based in terms of like how it goes up and down. It's like fear.
Yeah. I think if you're someone like Jake, then yeah, it makes sense to do crypto. But I think if you're like, and most people don't think they're normal people, but most people are normal people. Most people are going to lose money. I'd rather play a game where I have no chance of losing. Like I have very little chance of losing money.
But you are losing money in terms of crypto's returns.
In opportunity cost, but I could also be gaining money in opportunity cost if crypto goes down.
Sure. Yes. But you believe Bitcoin's going to be higher. I
do, and I'm still taking advantage of it, but I'm leveraging myself against risk because I'm risk averse.
So you're okay with like taking the marathon than rather this short sprint.
I'd rather be the turtle than the hare.
I agree, because your income's so good.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah. But a lot of people don't have 30K per month profit. A lot of people make 50K salary in your country, 100K maybe if they're good, then they've got taxes, etc. So how much people do, like they've got kids, they've got fucking mortgages, like how much people do people have in your country? $500?
Well, let's say, but like someone still does need unless they're trading meme coins, they need a decent income they need a decent amount invested to get a huge return in crypto. Like even if it's going up, like let's say like average 50% a year, like
Okay.
just accounting for the full, because you said 200%, but it's a 4-year cycle. So divide that by 4, 50% per year. Let's say that,
I
right?
mean, that's sort of Ethereum. It's not been performing, but if we look at Solana, and I can give you so many coins that are 3,500% that are not meme coins, that are strong coins. But yeah, if you look at Solana, Ethereum's example for sure. But it just depends what asset you're looking at, because there's 2.4 million cryptocurrencies. And that's the big problem about crypto. It's like you pull up to CoinMarketCap, you're brand new, ready to get excited. You've got 2.4 million fucking coins to choose for. What do you choose?
100%. And I think one thing that people forget too is that there are going to be some big winners in crypto, and a lot of them are going to go to zero. Like, I think that's true. Like, if we look at, this is one thing that I'm worried about with Ethereum is if you look at like, this is a good argument. I think that not Bitcoin, but cryptocurrency in total, it's a decentralized world, right? Which makes it very libertarian, where it's pure competition and pure business competition. Like, these cryptocurrencies kind of operate like businesses, where they're all trying to outcompete each other to be the better crypto, right? So for example, Solana has sharding, right? Which increases the transaction time way faster.
It's done his homework.
Yeah, I used to be really into crypto.
Yeah, bro, I can tell. you know a lot, and I like how there's like a fucking pro and con here. It makes it more interesting. You're not just a yes man, right?
Yeah, no. But yeah, so Solana has sharding, right? So which makes it way 100,000 times faster than Ethereum, right? So now Solana has grown because of that fact, which makes it a better asset to transact with than Ethereum. So what happens to Ethereum? Ethereum could, because right now Ethereum is a big player, right? I don't know if Ethereum will go away, but the problem is that Solana is better than Ethereum. So either Ethereum has to upgrade and outcompete Solana to stay in the market, or they're going to die. And I think that's going to happen maybe with Solana as well. Maybe there's a better one that figures out something with like multi-sharding, where they have like 10 shards instead of 1. I don't know. And then it's 10x better, right? And then Solana has to try to keep up with that. But the problem is they're already built on the blockchain. They're already built a certain way. It's hard. It's a little bit difficult to upgrade cryptocurrencies. So then Solana might die. So you're constantly in this, over the next 100 years, you'll be constantly, with your portfolio, be constantly in this mode of like transferring cryptos. Oh, Solana's getting big. Let me go here. This new currency is getting big. Let me go here. Because if you don't, then your portfolio might die. Unless you're in Bitcoin, then that's a different argument. Bitcoin's going to be around, I think. The ones that actually transact, I think those are going to have a lot of fluctuation.
Not an Ethereum fan then.
I like Ethereum, but I think it's more.
Ethereum's slow, it's clunky, but it is number 2 in market cap, 406 billion.
Yeah, it's number 2, which
number
means
2.
It has users, but you look at that with like the .com bubble, right? We have like these gigantic companies that are huge market share. They all died because they're not innovating. It's like, I don't know. I think cryptocurrency is a bubble.
Oh, is it about to pop?
No.
The argument is buy crypto as always.
But I think the bubble will get bigger, and I think it will pop eventually.
Do you think you'll ever invest outside of Bitcoin?
Maybe, but I don't. As of now, no.
To what?
Maybe probably one of the other safe ones. Like, I'd probably invest in like Ethereum, something like that.
You give me the argument about Ethereum was trash, bro.
No, I'm not saying Ethereum is trash. I just think it's easy to outcompete it, right? Which is why I don't own any.
Sure.
But I think there could be news in the future where like Ethereum does something, because I think it does have a big chance of being a currency for a long, long time, because it's such a big market cap. It's hard, but they do need to innovate or else they're going to die. Do you think about crypto as like a short-term play, or do you think about it as a long-term play?
How short? How long? What's short-term?
5 years.
I mean, for me, like I always say this, for me, crypto is obviously what I'm going to invest in forever, but again, I've got a big income where I do buy the safe stuff. I've got the 4% fucking unsexy fucking high savings fucking bank accounts just in case.
Sure.
So I'm always going to be good and we make good income, but short term is very like short term. A lot of people, or long term people say, oh, I have to wait 1 year till the bull market. In traditional markets, bro, that's fucking nothing. Right? That's fucking nothing. So for me, I'm going to continue to play the cycles until it stops working. Every 4 years. And if it does stop working, we'll have to find another route. But I'm playing this bull run as, I'm at 1 million, I'm about 700K this profit, but it's not real profit. It's fake profit. And my goal is, because the last bull run, I got up to 950K, lost it all in a Celsius scam, fucking lost the other half, etc.
Yeah.
And it very much hurt me. Like, fucking broke me, man, because I had to start again. But I learned those scars. And because I've seen not the profits, so I've seen it on paper, it made me think, oh, wow. It's real, but I just didn't realize it. So my goal is to maybe sell September, December, cash out, keep growing the business, maybe not invest in S&P, but that's not a price prediction on fucking tops, by the way.
Interesting. So wait, why are you planning to sell?
because I know there's going to be a bear market.
And then you're going to buy back in later?
I'm going to try.
Okay.
But what I'll do, I don't want to get too complicated, but we teach this in our group. What we'll do is on some of the coins, like USDC, USDT, what you can do is you can do like DeFi pools, pretty much like lending, right? So say if I make 5-10 million, right? I want to cash out some, pay taxes maybe, buy a Lamborghini, buy fucking 12, whatever, right?
Top golf.
Yeah, Top Golf, buy a Top Golf in the future. But what you can do is like, I can't just leave that in my bank account. You'll agree with that, right? Yeah. Because it's not growing. I'm losing to inflation. I think inflation is a lot higher than what you think, but it doesn't really matter. I don't want to have fucking, and in the UK, I don't know what it is in your country. We only insured up to 75K in the bank account. So I don't want to open up 20 fucking bank accounts and be safe, be safe, be safe. But what you can do in a bear market, and this may be a strategy for you, maybe, but probably not because too risky.
Yeah.
You can go USDC, USDT, and you can maybe make 15, 20%, which still beats, you know, what you're doing, and it's, I don't want to say guaranteed, but unless they get depegged, there's no issue, right? You can put that, and that I'm going to print for 2 years, make a lot of cash flow there, and come back in 2027, 2028. That's my plan.
Can you explain to me how a DeFi pool works?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Like, so when I put money in, how does it make money?
Sure. I'll actually show you one live. Let me bring one up. So ideally in a bull market, we don't want to do USDC, USDT, right? Because if we believe the assets are going to go higher. So you could do on Uniswap, from Uniswap, MetaMask, etc. You could right now put your, I'm not telling you to do this, right? What is your Bitcoin, by the way? Hard wallet?
I just have it on Gemini.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could theoretically make APY on your Bitcoin against another asset. So I've got a pool here. I just claimed fees, but this pool is maybe about 30K, right? So it's Brett and Ethereum. Meme coin, but I would already buy Brett and I already believe in Ethereum. So how these work is, you know, buying Coinbase, the fees fucking wreck you. It's an absolute disaster, right? So what traders do, they come into Uniswap and we are the Coinbase. We get a little cut of that pie. We provide liquidity, right? So we get paid a little bit, if that makes sense.
So you get paid to have liquidity for transactions.
For these traders. So just like when Coinbase, I fucking hate Coinbase because they fuck you on the sell, they fucking wreck you on fees, etc. You should never buy stuff on Coinbase. But a lot of people start there. It makes a lot of sense. But what you can do is the smarter traders with millions and millions and millions of volume, they come and use Uniswap, they use Radium, etc. And you can have your assets here and you get to become the Coinbase, if that makes sense.
So you're like providing a service to
So you get those fees. But the beautiful thing about it is I get paid this one, Brett and Ethereum. And I don't really care about the dollar value. 30K is nice, right? But I care about how much Brett and Ethereum, because if I believe in them in this bull run, what's that price going to be worth in the future?
Yeah.
If I'm earning $200, $300 a day, if Ethereum 2x's, Brett 5x's, safe, whatever, it's almost like future price predictions and dollar value is different. That makes sense?
Yeah.
But it's obviously risky because if Brett and Ethereum go to shit, I make nothing. But I already bought Brett and Ethereum anyways in my spot buy. So it's like, for me, I already believe in them, if that makes sense.
So the risk is that you don't have exit liquidity.
What do you mean?
Well, you said, well, because like, I get that you're buying the coin, right?
Yep.
And then you're putting that into a DeFi pool.
Yep.
And then you're basically being liquidity.
Yep.
But you can sell at any time.
Sell anytime. Remove liquidity. I can take the 65K out.
Yeah,
so I don't like staking that much.
Okay,
I don't want to be locked up.
Okay.
I don't want to be 6 months, 1 year. If you lock up for 1 year, if you believe the bull market's going to hit, you're going to be selling in the fucking bear market, right? When shit's going down. So it's, you know, if you do it right, you can take your assets out. But the whole goal is to accumulate more coins I already believe in. So if you like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, you could theoretically put those to work because you already believe in them anyways. Why did you buy them?
So I'm confused. What's the risk other than just the depreciation of the coin?
Me hacking your MetaMask.
And that's a real risk.
I mean, if you can't trust your own seed phrase, you should never touch this stuff. So when you do a MetaMask, when you do a hot wallet, right? You have cold wallets like Ledgers, right? So every time you do a MetaMask is a 16-digit seed phrase. So a lot of people take a photo of that, then they realize maybe 6 months down the line, why did I get hacked? So you have to keep your own coins, if that makes sense. So you have a 16-digit word. Have you ever set up a hot wallet? No.
I don't think so, actually.
Okay, so you get a 16-digit seed phrase, and this is where a lot of people get fucked, is they take a photo of it, right? But you can't do that because you should never store it online. So you should have it in a piece of paper. It's kind of old school, but this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
I've got mine in a fucking safe in Glasgow. But the only real risk is because you already believe in the coin, but you already hold the coin, you can remove liquidity. But if I hack your seed phrase, I'm in your MetaMask tomorrow.
You want to tell them a little bit about Jesse?
You try and fucking pump my group, bro. I mean, yeah, so Jesse likes Sui coin. You familiar with Sui?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Okay, so he was in a Sui USDC pool. He made about 30K a month, which is fucking crazy. But his whole thing was he already liked Sui. So you got to accumulate all this fucking extra Sui plus the price appreciation, right? So Sui went from like 70 cents to $5. So you already would have got that anyways, but plus all these 30K of fees, which if you do the maths on that, let's just say $1 to $5, that's like 150K. But the risk was to him is if Sui went to shit, but he already believed in Sui anyways.
Right.
Does that make sense, Lyndon?
I think so. So
he bought a Mustang.
He bought a Mustang.
Yeah.
So what is the average return in a DeFi pool? Like, let's say like...
It's total depends on the asset.
For 100K stake, are you getting like, is it like like 1% per month, 2% extra?
Our guys aim for 10%. So if you can get 100%, which sounds fucking crazy, but this is crypto, but then you could take it to a meme coin, right? And you could get fucking 6,000% APY, right? And a lot of people will chase that. And I think it's a bad idea because there's a very high chance that that meme coin will go to zero. And 1,000,000% of zero is guess what? Zero.
Yeah, sure.
So
like what would it take to get to 10,000 a month with DeFi? Like how much would you need to put into a pool?
well, if you're putting
like
10% per month, it'd be 100K. But here's the beautiful thing about it. If that asset goes up, like, again, I'm not interested in dollar value per month. I'm interested how many SU you can get, how many Solana can get, because I believe, and you believe this is too, that crypto is going to be higher in 2025. So if I'm making 10K per month, but Solana price prediction 2-3x, reasonable, maybe. It's almost like the 10K I'm making here is now worth 40K at 25. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that would do if crypto plays out. But I already believe in these coins already. Sounds like you're confused. Tell me.
No, I get it. I get it. I just, I feel like there's a catch. I don't know. I could be wrong, but like,
you don't know what you don't know, Lyndon.
I know what you don't know. Is this kind of simple? Because wasn't there like a huge thing that happened when people like put money into a DeFi pool at one point and then they like couldn't get it out? Is that like a thing?
Well, I got wrecked on a platform called Celsius, right? But that was more centralized, right? So that was more like staking.
The problem is when you do it on a centralized platform. But
because I don't control the keys. Celsius controls the keys.
Do you do that now, or do you do?
I control it. It's all my control.
Okay, so you're completely decentralized.
It's my shit. It's my shit. Now, again, if anything was to happen to Uniswap, I don't think. But that's just like saying, oh, something could happen to Coinbase. Uniswap's been around since 2017. There's been no issues, etc. But that's like saying, where's your money on a exchange?
On Gemini, yeah.
So what happens to Gemini? If Gemini goes down, FTX went down.
FTX went down. So like that's the problem. And I think like, because you said it's been around since 2017.
Uniswap, I think.
That's not a long time though, bro. It's like 5 years. Like there's.
Your maths is terrible. It's 2025.
Oh fuck yeah, you're right. It's like 8 years, but still the concept still holds.
8 years in crypto is fucking 30,000 years.
8 years in the real world is not. Yeah, but 8 years is like, bro.
For sure. And this is why you should never put everything in a liquidity pool.
Sure,
you should have your hardware wallets. I've got a bunch of fucking money in hardware wallets, but I'm prepared to take that risk on my percentage of portfolio.
Right.
Like, again, I'm with you, but I'm just in cryptos, percentage.
Agreed. Yeah. And I think if you're okay with that risk and you're fine to do that, I think then that's a fine strategy. Like it sounds like it works, and it sounds like it's like you can make a lot of money.
It works until it doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, if anything was to happen to Uniswap, I would cry, etc. But like, I'll be okay. Yeah, a lot of people, they put the whole net worth in Uniswap, and if Uniswap goes down tomorrow, fuck, Jake, what are you doing? I mean, it's about being fucking diversified. You know what I mean? They get mad.
And how do you think about diversification?
In crypto or in
crypto? Yeah,
you should. You should build a diversified portfolio. Like you buying Bitcoin, it's going to make you money, but I think this is what the whole kind of podcast is about. You are sleeping, and my goal is not to convince you, but you are sleeping on opportunity cost.
Sure.
But you're making other money elsewhere. You should build a diversified portfolio. If you go 100% in meme coins, what's the risk there? It could go well, but what happens if it doesn't? Now you don't catch Bitcoin, and now your last $1,000 is now worth zero, and you have to start again. Yeah, so they shouldn't invest in the stock market, bro, because it's going to take them 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years to be a millionaire. I don't want to be a millionaire when I'm 65.
Well, I would rather be a millionaire when I'm 65 than never be a millionaire at all. Be poor.
I would rather be a millionaire by the time I'm 30 than have to be 65 and my life's shit.
I would rather take 100% chance that I'm going to be a millionaire at 65 than a 30% chance that I'll be a millionaire.
I would disagree with you wholeheartedly.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to be a millionaire. I'm already there, but I wouldn't want to be a millionaire at fucking 65. I don't care.
Well, yeah, but I think there's two ways to go about it. You take the risk and you have whatever the chance is, 25, 30, even 50.
That's a high chance, to be fair. It's probably less than that.
It's probably
It's probably way less than that.
So you take that chance and try to become a millionaire in crypto, or you just try to increase your income, which is a much more controllable thing to go from 50 grand a year to 100 grand a year.
How does somebody double their income in a job?
They get a new job and they learn more skills. Yeah, because you're right. You're not going to double your income in the same job.
You're not going to make 50,000 in the same job because you are. I mean, fuck. Cut expenses. Think people are spending too much.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, lifestyle, going out to the pub.
Yeah, I think they should cut it if they're really trying to become a millionaire. Like most people have this skewed view that it's like, oh, I want to and people can do it, but most people are not willing to do it. The majority of people, I think, would be much better off. And you can still go out to the pub. I'm not saying you can't do that, but it's like, dude, I would cut back. Like, try to put as much as when I was working in high school, I was a chef. I was an Italian chef, and I was working for $10 an hour. And what I was doing is I was living at home with my parents. Obviously, I'm in high school, so it's like fine. I was living at home with my parents, and I was investing majority of what I made. And I made about $200 every 2 weeks. Not much at all.
Yeah.
$400 a month. I invested in stocks and shares during that time. And to be fair, it was a good time in the market to invest because that was when COVID was happening. However, in the span of 6 months, I was able to build a $15,000 portfolio from $400 a month. And that's, most people have $400 a month to invest. And that's over the span of 6 months.
Yeah.
And obviously I got lucky a little bit with stocks, but who's to say that you won't? Like, it's like, that's a much better way to build wealth. And like, dude, I can 100%, I could become a millionaire by 30 on $10 an hour. There's no way I wouldn't.
It's all about habits.
Yeah. But what I would do is I would just decrease my lifestyle. I would decrease my lifestyle, make that $10 an hour. And I would just like be a fucking bum. And obviously you can, if you increase your income to $20 an hour, then you like, it happens twice as fast.
Yeah.
But there's hundreds of stories of plumbers, fast food workers becoming millionaires on $10 an hour on a low income, which I do not think that's the best way to do it because you should try to be increasing your income.
Yeah.
But they'll become millionaires by 30 or 40.
You know what Luke Belmer was doing? He has you know Luke Belmer, you mentioned it before. You know what he was doing? I think it was 2017 or 2021. He had the same job as you, like I think they call it a bus or whatever. He was getting paid daily. You know what he was doing?
What?
He was investing in crypto. You know what happened?
He made a lot of money.
He made 10 million in 1 year. And I think it was Pancake Swap.
Yeah. So that's a fair point. But he also could have not made that money.
Sure.
But I also think Luke Belmar is like top 1% intelligence. Like, I think he's
at
like,
that time.
Yeah, I do.
At that time.
Well, but I don't think intelligence changes. I think he's a smart guy.
Oh, for sure now. But at that time, maybe. But he was just buying Bitcoin, buying Pancake Swap, and I think he hit 10 million or something crazy. Now Pancake Swap, Meta Rug, etc. That was one of the lucky ones he got. But I think he hit 10 million from the same job in 1 year.
Yeah, which is good for him, bro.
Good for him, bro.
That's great. Yeah, like he's.
And you can do it this year, guys.
Dude,
that's all I've got to say. This bull run's going to be fantastic.
Just be careful. That's all I'll say.
Lynn, did you have any last controversial points?
I don't think so, man. I think that's pretty much it.
Your opinion on the average person watching this right now that maybe makes 50 to 100K, obviously cut expenses, etc. You think he should avoid cryptocurrency or he should, do what you're doing?
I think they should try to increase their income.
Yep.
Keep a small 5% of their portfolio in crypto.
Yep.
And put 95% into stocks and shares.
I'll disagree, but it's good to meet you, brother.
Good to meet you as well.
Ryan, as always.
Pleasure.
Have fun in the comments. Goodbye.